Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. And if you don't know me, I am Andrea. And today we are going to talk about how start building a healthy lifestyle. It sounds complicated for some of you, but it's really easy to change a healthy lifestyle. How we can change to have a healthy lifestyle. I wonder that long time ago, I think that my journey started really young, around when I was 12 years old. And I think that when we want change, or it means that we have habits that they are not good for all lifestyle. Otherwise, we don't need change anything, right? We are not comfortable with the lifestyle that we are living. The environment where we grow up is also important in how we live our life. It is important, but don't define us. And I'm going to tell you why. For example, in my case, neither my mother, neither my father, they were like athletes, so they didn't do exercise, like a go to the gym or something like that. In that time, I don't think so the gyms were too something popular. I don't grow up in an environment that show me to exercise. But in the school, I was around of people with the environment of sports and all these different ways to have a physical activity. I grew up in a high school where they teach me dance, gymnastics, different sports like softball, swimming. Because I get that since too young, that helped me to develop an idea in my head that sports are something good. For people that had the opportunity to have this in their childhood, it's easier to develop the practice when they are adult and they keep that habit of do sports. In the same way with diet, when people call diet, but it's a style of eating. When people grow up in an environment where mother and father and the family, they have a healthy lifestyle. My parents, they have a really healthy habits of eating, so I get those healthy habits. My mother was like vegetarian, so that bring me to be a vegetarian really young. So I think that I become vegetarian since really young because my mother. But that is not like a excuse to be a vegetarian, because I'm going to give that example. I grew up with my brother and my father and my sister. My mother tried to show us a healthy way to eat, things that I follow, but my brother don't follow, my father don't follow, and my sister don't follow. So I was the only one that become vegetarian in the house. So it kind of was hard for my mother to cook for me and then to cook for the rest of the family in another way, but she did. And I started learning since really young, like do drinks, like green drinks. I do like a soups with a lot of herbs. I really don't have memory of this, but my mother taught to me about that. I was really crazy with healthy food. That is awesome because I was a child, you know, I was 12 years old. And 12 years old kid is just thinking about play, about be with friends outside, about everything else, but not a healthy lifestyle, a healthy habits of eating. But I was like that way. I feel that it is easy for people when they have grown in an environment where their family, the mother, father, the relatives around have this kind of healthy habits like exercise or eating healthy. And it's kind of hard for people that have grown in a bad environment. But this is something that it can be important or can lead if you are having bad habits or good habits when you are adult. It's something that can make you the way that you are now. But for example, my sister sister. We grow in the same family. My sister have a bad habits of eating, and she had the opportunity to become vegetarian, but she don't decide that. So even though the environment is something that can help us to get good habits, the final change is in us, is in what do you decide as a person, what do you decide for yourself. So there is a lot of things around us that it can lead us to some choices in our life, but you are the last person to take the decision what you should do, what way you should take. This teach me something like we had to have clear goals in our head. We have clear goals. If you don't know why you want change your lifestyle that you have now, that is something that you should first talk about it. Like you should first know why really is your purpose to change your lifestyle. Is because you want really change your appearance, because you feel that you are not happy with your appearance. Is because you feel kind of sick all the time, like you feel that it have been a problem in your health. That is something that makes you do the change because you have some illness, or it's because you want to do something different in your life, like you are kind of tired of your lifestyle, you want to try something new, you want to renew yourself, how you can build the best version of yourself. If you have cleared this motor, why you really want to change your lifestyle, then the next point is how we can get this change. You have to realize what habits you had to change. If you smoke, if you drink alcohol, if you party a lot, if you don't sleep good, all these things are basic. We can realize that there are bad habits. What about our diet when we think we are eating healthy, but we are not? For example, people say that it's healthy eat red meat. Other people say that red meat is not healthy. What about milk, cheese, and all these different products that we consume in our daily life? Basic diet, we consume milk, we consume cheese, we consume bread, we consume eggs, and chicken, and red meat, fish. What if I tell you that, for example, eat a lot of red meat, it is not good for your health. Eat a lot of red meat can also cause some digestive problems because our body cannot digest meat fast and easy, so it takes longer. And if you give to your body red meat every single day, it's going to cause a problem in your gut. So these kind of things is like we don't see. Or for example, when people eat salsas, seasonings that you put in the salad, what about if I tell you that these have a lot of fat and a lot of cholesterol or salt or a lot of things that can affect our body, and we consume that every day? It's going to affect our gut. What about if I tell you that, okay, I do not drink soda, but I like fruit juice? So fruit juice, that is a lot of sugar. You are drinking the fruit without the fiber, and you are drinking literally sugar. So that is going to bring us higher levels of sugar in our blood. Things like that, like we think that we are eating healthy, but the reality is that no. And the same happen when people have kind of doing some kind of diet. They say, all right, I don't going to eat red meat, I don't going to consume milk, I don't going to consume chips, right? But they keep using the seasonings that they put in the meat that have certain chemicals that can cause bloating in the stomach, that also can cause retention of salt in your body, that can cause some problems in your gut. What about if I tell you you eat this canned food that also have a lot lot of chemicals like preservatives. Those things are affecting your gut slowly and for a long time, because we can talk about every week, for every month, for every year that we have been eating food in cans. We had to consume these seasonings and these sauces. We have consumed this fruit juice. They have a lot of sugar. If we are not aware of this, we are hurrying our diet or intend to change our healthy habits. I know that we had to start slowly. We had to start with small change, with gradually change, sustainable change, right? One sustainable change is, for example, if you decide to don't eat every day red meat, just 2 days a week. That is something that you can do. You still eating red meat, but not eat every day. Another can be like you switch your milk, like whole milk, for almond milk. And some people say, I don't like the taste of almond milk, where there is a coconut milk too. There is other different kind of milks. Always we had found something like is healthier. I think that for have a healthy lifestyle, we need to be aware what are our bad habits. It had to be in diet, it had to be in physical activity, it had to be also in what activities we do daily, or if we are too social and go to party a lot and go drink and smoke. All these things can affect our lifestyle, and we have to try to change as much as we can the things that are hurt us the most. Lower your intake of alcohol. Some people are really accustomed to drink alcohol in social, when they are in parties or meetings, they drink alcohol. But you can change a little bit, yes, and it's going to make a big change in your life. Another thing is that we had stopped acting according others acting too. Like, we cannot drink alcohol because everybody else is doing. If you don't want, just don't do it. For change your bad habits, you have to know what are the bad habits that you are having in your life. Sit down and write them and try to make a small change. I think that one of the habits that we really had to change, yes, it's go to bed early, like have a good sleep and have a 8 hours, 7 8 hours of sleep. I had told you that the body make a process in certain time of the night where they renew the organs and cells. We need this process. If you go to bed early, you're going to gain a lot of benefits. One of the benefits is like you are going to feel more energized the next day. You are going to feel like you want to do anything that you had to do. Also, you are going to have a longer day, because you wake up early, and then you can have more time to do your activities. You definitely find longevity. And also, again, when we go to bed and sleep, our skin looks younger because we leave our body rest. Our skin looks more glowing the next day. Sleep good is something that helps, and sometimes people don't take this seriously. I can see the differences in my body. When you said me, and some of you I think had tell me, oh Andrea, you look tired today, because I do lives on TikTok. Yeah, I didn't sleep good. I went to bed late. I wake up super early, so I cannot sleep good. I don't have a great workout today neither. So when you don't sleep good, you have a bad day. Like, your energy is low, and also you don't do the activities in the best way you can do because you are tired. And also, you look like tired. Your face look tired. Your eyes look tired, and you can notice that. Something to avoid that is go to bed early. But something also that affect that is smoke and drink alcohol. So that is something that we had to give up. not just because we want look radiant the next day, but because also that hurt our body, that hurt our organs, that hurt our health. So we need to change that. Another thing that I feel that it's easy to change in the beginning. If you try to change your lifestyle, try to drink a lot of more water. Give up of soda. Give up of soda. You have to give up of soda. Soda is really addictive because it's sugar. Sugar is really addictive. If you give up of soda, you are going to notice first that you are going to lose weight. You are going to lose a lot of weight, and your skin going to look better, healthier. When you drink a lot of water, it's going to be reflected in your skin. Your skin is going to look more soft because it's moisture, right? Your face too, your lips, and that is not a big change. Like you had to put a lot of money into. There are people that they want to change their body and then they go to the surgeon and then that is done. That is a easy way to change something in your body, but in reality, that is not a healthy lifestyle because you're gonna keep going with the same bad habits of eating, with the same bad habits that you are in your life. You don't wanna change nothing. Like gonna happen is that you are going to lose your money because years later or months later, you're gonna gain the same way. And I say this because I saw this with my eyes. A relative that was close to me, she paid the surgery, she lost weight, she lost Georges. Months later, she gained the weight and she is worse now. Don't try to change things in the easy way because when we change things in the hard way, those are the value, those are the effective, those are worthy because you do hard work, because you know how you suffer to get there, what things you give up to get there, and you're gonna appreciate more, and you're gonna see that it's for your health. You say that you're gonna see that you change 360 degree your life, right? Because it's going to be reflected in your body, it's going to be reflected in your face, in your skin, in everything. I think that when we start seeing the change in our body is when we get more excited to keep going in this journey. Things in life are easy when we love what we do. So once you start loving the process, once you start loving the new healthy lifestyle, you are going to enjoy the journey. It's going to be easier for you. In the beginning, it can be harder because you are doing change, you are not accustomed to something new, you are creating habits, you are creating a routine in your life. But once you take this as something that is part of your life, as a part of your routine, then it's going to be easier. It takes me years. It took me years to understand that even though I was having a healthy lifestyle, it wasn't healthy at all. It was half healthy. When I found out the things that it would hurt my gut, the things that it would hurt my lifestyle, and I started change this, watching the results in my body. I was watching how my body started changing, and then I was seeing that my fitness goal were come true. Do not worry because you feel that you are not getting your purpose. It takes time. I have been working out for probably more than 20 years, and it take me probably around 20 years to realize that even though I was doing effort to feed my gut, bloating stomach, try to define my core, I was forgetting things that were right there and I never saw them. If you try to change your lifestyle, you cannot change everything at once because it is not sustainable, right? We had to do a small change. Once when we become those little change part of our routine, then we do the second step, what else we should change. For example, if you are a person that definitely you don't do any physical activity at all, well, start with walk around your home. If you can get a pet, a dog will be great. If you can take care of the dog, you had the time to take care of the dog, because that is something also you had to be 100% have the knowledge that you had to provide everything to this dog. If not, you can walk the dog for your neighbor, or you can just go walk for yourself outside, but try to walk every day. 10 minutes, 15 minutes, 20 minutes, but try to do certain kind of activity once a week. If you are a busy person, incorporate certain physical activities. Nowadays, it is easy to be physical active because we have YouTube, we have channels where we can find workouts at home, dance classes, or these games. Also, there are some games that I can where you can actually play golf or play basketball or play some games that you are moving, right? I not talk about video games. Video games, I think that they are good for your mind because kind of like help you to develop the way that you think faster. But for your body, I think it's not good because you are not moving at all. Even also when we clean our home, when we clean our garage, when we are active, every time we walk or move, that helps us to burn some calories. If you have a fitness goals, you have a purpose in your fitness journey, something also important to get those fitness goals is to have a plan. So you need to have a plan, but everything is a process, you know. I think that the basic things that you can change, the easy things that you had changed when you start your healthy lifestyle, your healthy journey, it's stop smoke, stop drinking alcohol, stop going to bed late, stop watching too much TV. Yeah, things that we know are bad. Once you change those bad habits that we know they are too big to ignore, then we can start changing some little other things, you know, and that way we can build a healthy lifestyle. And I hope that I help you in some way today to realize what is your purpose to change, why you want to change your lifestyle, what things you definitely had to avoid from your life since today, and also create like a little routine. It is no hard. You have to do just slowly and gradually you can make a big change in your life. Thank you for listening me today. I wish to go and share with you guys what I think about how we can get a lifestyle and how that help you to check yourself and see what things you can change. If it's the first time here, you can check my channel where I post like healthy habits. See you the next video and bye bye.